Good evening, Daaji. Nice to see you.
Namaste, everyone.
So we have a extremely energetic and enthusiastic group from the UK and also from Latin America who've joined us, and also some youth who've joined us. So you'll also hear some questions from them. But to just start off, I'll request Heartfulness UK to present a quick update, and then we'll move over to Latin America from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Namaste, Daaji.
Lane, where are you? I just saw you 2 days back.
I'm never really sure where I am myself these days. But yes, I'm in London currently. I just landed back on Wednesday.
Okay.
We've been here all doing some training and developing some structure for the next couple of years. So it's been a lovely day so far. And this is the creme de la creme, the icing on the cake. We're all here with you. We're very blessed.
They're too excited.
Sorry. On you go.
Okay, continue.
So we're going to share some very basic statistics with you, just some information on the UK and how it's been, and how we've been enthused by the visit that you shared with us when you came to the UK and spent some time with us. It was lovely, and the movements that's happened since then. So Manta's made a lovely presentation for us all. So hope you enjoy the pictures, which we're very, very keen to share. But just very briefly, the trainers, 117 in the UK. We have still some in the pipeline that will finish by December, hopefully. 52 heart spots and 35 heart spot coordinators. And we've moved from 7 zones into 8 because London has grown so much. So we now have 2 zones in London. And hopefully next year we'll have 4. Hopefully it'll grow to that point. Practitioners, we've got about 1,800. That's an approximation because people aren't very keen to fill out forms here. So registration, getting that kind of detail can be a bit difficult for us, but we're going to have another drive at it as well shortly. And since this last year, we've had 71 outreach events with over 8,000 people engaged throughout the UK. We've managed to touch that figure, which I think is phenomenal. And I'm saying I think it's phenomenal because I wasn't even here. As you know, I was elsewhere. So the volunteers have all done, it's a phenomenal amount of work that they've done.
It only says stay away from London and be here.
Yes. I'll be back.
Okay.
And the partnership working has increased as well quite a bit. So we're looking at 31 partnerships in the UK, and you'll see, that includes the Indian Embassy, with all of the stuff that we do on the international days, Yoga Day, the Meditation Day, the Yoga Riverside Studios is a lovely new partnership for us. And of course, the Deepak Chopra event that you yourself attended online was a big success for us here in London. So the whole range of different things that we've had a go at and been very, very fortunate in the support for them.
Nice.
The Commonwealth, really very, very supportive in the accreditation that they've given Heartfulness, and the Trees for Cities. We're following on the Cana bandwagon there and doing lots of work with them. The consulates, India, Manchester, and also Edinburgh are great supports and are very keen to work with us. They've been very, very good, the government stuff. And then we've also had a bigger contact with the largest Indian student organisation in the UK, and hopefully that will create ripples all the way through the UK and the student things as well. So we're very, very lucky with all of these things, and there's been a lot of work put in to keep that going. And then finally, I'm being as quick as I can because I'm aware that we're very tight for time on these Dil Ses. Your new book, and I was at the Jane exhibition that you did the other day, last week, which was lovely. And here we've got 10 national level Jane organisations and presidents across the UK. It's quite a big community for us here in the UK. And we've handed out 30 plus books. And we have these weekly virtual sessions that they've been running on the book itself. and they are organised for Erstwhile UK with over 500 people engaged in that online. So that's a real boost, and it's such a lovely feeling for all of us here to be part of that. And there's some lovely pictures there down there. You'll see Divya presenting the books and things to one of them. She's here today also. So I think that's all I can share with you here, and Tom is going to give you a little bit about the our youth in the UK. Over to you, Tom.
Hello, Daaji.
Good to see you, Tom.
Yeah, good to see you. A small bit about the youth in the UK. We are kind of generating momentum from your great visit we had to see you in London 2 years back. So we're generating some momentum now, trying to figure out some initiatives. We thought that a good idea would be to kind of go from the bottom up. So we've been meeting together, having some small informal gatherings to build relationships. And then from then, we're going to hopefully do some seminars in the next year. And we've been very fortunate to be supported by the Global Youth Network, who are many are here today. And they've been giving us like some support for advice that some retreats they might have done or some events, they'd be there to guide us. So that's it from the youth.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think, what you said about the virtual sessions with the Jain community is really interesting. I think we should think about that here as well. So thank you for those updates. And Daji, we'll just have now Oliver from Latin America also provide a quick update on what's happening there and then move into questions.
Namaste, Daaji.
Namaste,
What a
Oliver.
blessing to have you. What a blessing to have you today, Daaji.
Thank you.
If we may start with today we're joined by special guests whom have made it tremendously possible to carry out the Heartfulness activity over the years in Latin America. And if I may, I'd love to introduce the following. Hector Cueva, who's the former ambassador of Ecuador in India. Alfredo Hermsen, director of the Satya School in Ecuador. Carolina Wiesner, director of National Cancer Institute of Colombia. Zoad Umar Borrero, official at the Secretariat of Culture, Recreation and Sports, Bogotá, Colombia. Carolina Junquera, Oracle's Health and Wellbeing Manager in Brazil. Maria Gabriela Padilla, Human Resources Business Partner, United Nations Population Fund, UNFP, Panama. Ana Maria Poblete, former Chief of Education, Department of Chile, and current teacher. And finally, lastly but not least, Pierre-André Bonaglia. He's a Swiss preceptor who's visited Colombia many times and promoted meetings in different cities to expand Heartfulness.
Welcome to all. Thank you. Thank you.
Daaji, I'd like to, if we may, share a little bit about Latin America and some of the activities. 1 second, let me. If we may share about the Heartfulness activities in Latin America, and then if we may briefly touch on the various countries. There are currently over 32 cities with meditation groups, supported by 99 preceptors, reaching over 650 Abhyasis. The education program has reached 200 HPS teachers, which engaged more than 220 students. The Heartfulness Healthcare Program has reached over 40 healthcare professionals. Now, if I may, Daaji, we'd like to provide an update on C Connect and some activities in the various countries. Starting with C Connect, the virtual workshops have been conducted at a number of major organizations, including Oracle, United Nations Population Fund, the UNFP, National Cancer Institute of Colombia, and Avianca, which is one of Latin America's biggest airlines. To date, the program has reached 180 participants through their 6-session program. UNFP sessions are attended by officials from various agencies of the United Nations and Latin America. Moving on to Argentina, a workshop was conducted at the French-Argentine School in Buenos Aires, engaging 84 sixth graders. Additionally, local Abhyasis met with the Indian ambassador as part of the Har Dil initiative. There was a 2-day workshop, which was held at the Bahia Blanca with over 20 participants, many of whom are still practicing today. Moving on to Brazil, trainers in Sao Paulo held the Heartfulness sessions at this year's SESI, a digital art exhibit. Additionally, Heartfulness was introduced at the Soho House, Sao Paulo, in 2025. We're also happy to announce that there is now a meditation hall in Sao Paulo. In Colombia, in 2025, there were 3 major events held in Bogota, Cali, and Ibagué. The events attracted over 300 attendees. Ongoing collaboration was established with the Indian Embassy, the Bogota's mayor's office, and the Culture Secretariat, which led to initiatives including International Yoga Day, Bogota en Calma, which means Bogota in Calm, and Yoga in the Park programs. A special session was held for the Indian Embassy, as well as the police department. In Chile, in the various cities of Valparaíso, Rengo, and Santiago, local Abhyasis are conducting weekly meditation sessions at the local senior center, as well as the Department of Sanitation. Heartfulness school programs have been implemented with great success in the cities of Rengo, where there's now an MOU with the Education Department to expand to all schools in the region. The program has been implemented in 9 schools and has reached 169 teachers. Ecuador. Local trainers have implemented the Heartfulness School program at the Satya Sai Educational Unit. The Brighter Minds program has seen 100 children complete the 12-week training program. Meditation workshops were conducted at the San Francisco University of Quito and the University of the Americas. In Mexico, with centers in Jalapa, Mexico City, and Monterrey, we had the Heartfulness session at the College of Veracruz. Local Abhyasis participated in the first meeting of the Veracruz Women's Network dedicated to science, technology, and innovation. In Peru, after a pause in activities, we're happy to announce that there are preceptors in the cities of Pisco and Cusco. Finally, in Venezuela, Heartfulness was presented at the Hotel Training School. Presentations were made to the international tourism operators at the Bosque Sagrado Gallery, as well as the Yogananda devotee community. An art and meditation workshop was conducted for university art students focused on heartfulness and artistic expression. Daaji, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for this beautiful work, and may it continue to reach many more hearts.
Thank you, Oliver.
Master, if we may, there was one question that we'd like to share with you. And the question is, I'm going to translate on behalf of Brazil and Colombia. If I may, the question is, how can we balance acceptance or surrender and responsibility? In other words, when does acceptance and surrender become irresponsible? Or how can we know when we're just disguising a lack of responsibility as surrender or acceptance?
See, when you practice properly, your heart becomes so sensitive, that it does recognize the difference between irresponsible attitude and a state of surrender. You deep down in your heart, you are fully aware that am I excusing myself from responsibility or am I masking it as acceptance? That's one. Now, if you don't accept a certain problems in life, maybe relationship, maybe something else, if you don't accept the problem, do you think your problem will go away? Either accept it and try to find the solution, or just forget about it, whole thing. By acceptance, we'll learn something from the problem. If you don't accept the problem and say, okay, to hell with this, I'm not going to try anything more, then what can happen? You will not learn anything from this problem, and you will unfortunately undergo the sufferings. So no learning can happen. Every problem, if we are wiser, we can gracefully accept, try to find the solution, and thereby strengthen ourselves. Surrender and all that. Whom are you trying to surrender? Are you surrendering your ego or are you surrendering your problems? Surrendering the problem is escapism. Surrendering the ego will solve the problem. It will make you humble. It will open up your heart and say, okay, now let me find the solution. Often you will see in relationship, you are the problem. Because you are the first one to face it. The other person is not complaining.
True.
So ego. And ego has to be surrendered not to the problem, but to God, to the Lord, whom we worship in our heart. This has to be with an attitude, let thy will be done. I'm just an instrument undergoing the situation. You may not accept, you may not even surrender, but can you at least ask for the solution? Can you pray and say, I would like to solve this problem I have? And you see what happens.
Yeah. I liked what you said, Daji, about surrendering the ego and not the problem. Yeah, that's very important. And we are the problem often. So we need to get out of our own ways in many ways.
Yes.
Raji, our next question is from UK Liverpool.
आंटी क्या अनम्यूट किया ना
हो गया unmute.
Oh, sorry.
अब question पूछिए.
Sorry, lost the screen. Lost the screen. Namaste, Daaji.
नमस्ते, आप चिल्लाती हो हमने सुन लिया.
My name is Kirtana Raja and I'm in Liverpool. So I'm a recent graduate. I graduated at University of Liverpool completing psychology degree. And right now I'm hunting for a full-time job while managing my part-time rental, loan and everything. I live alone. So sometimes I catch myself feeling overwhelmed, hopeless, or almost at the verge of giving up with the current UK market of because of not able to land a job. So how do we manage those emotions and feelings while moving forward, while chasing our goals? I think this would benefit everyone who are in this zone right now, Daji.
Well, there are a few things. It's nothing unnatural to worry about when you don't have a job. Unless you get married and then, okay, you become a parasite to your husband. That solves part of the problem, I think. It can also bring in some other problems. So problems are never going to go away. You will find the job one day. It will also bring some problem. And so my colleagues, my boss, I don't like the work culture. When will your problems ever end? You're a psychologist. Will the problem or can the problem ever end?
No.
So why try to find a solution? Accept it, fight, and move on. You don't have a job, you will surely have a job. Just matter of time. And you're just newly graduated. Enjoy your freedom for now and hunt for some nice husband. Otherwise, you'll be wasting your life and time. That should become your primary goal at the moment. This is my take. If you were my daughter, I would be worried about your marriage.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I'm not joking. I'm really serious. Okay, next question.
Thank you.
Daji, the next question is from Shalini, who's a youth in the US.
Namaste, Daaji, Pranam.
Pranam Salini.
So I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and now I go to school in Atlanta at Georgia Tech. And this semester I'm living alone in South Carolina for an internship. So a few weeks ago I was in Kana actually for the yoga TTC program, and I really enjoyed it. It was like just very beautiful energy in Kana. And so I was wondering, how can we maintain and cultivate that same energy and condition of a place like Kana when we're living on our own or in a place maybe where the center isn't as large? Thank
It's
you.
very easy. Meditate with a lot of love and excitement. Do you feel excited before you go to sleep? Oh, I can't wait till the morning and see how I love to meditate. Do you long for it?
I have
Do
been
you
trying
cry
to do
for
that.
that
It's been working.
meditation? Then you will be able
Mhm.
to create kanha wherever you go. You will carry that frequency with you. Doesn't matter where you go. You will become the walking kanha. Thank you. Thank you.
Daji, we have another question from Chile, where an Abhyasi had asked, that is character developed through individual work, or is it created with the spiritual work performed by the master?
Well, when we have such a great help and the trust our masters shower on us, the trust our family members shower on us, it creates a certain state of mind in us, certain state of attitude in us. And with that attitude, we work on our weaknesses. I don't want to show my weaknesses directly or indirectly to my mother or to my father or to my spouse or to my children. I don't want to hide it either. I had to be honest with myself. Once you have decided that you want to become completely an ethical person, meaning not wasting your attention unnecessarily in all directions. Stay focused, remain focused. There are only few things in life, either job or your business, your family, yourself, your friends, and above all, undercurrents of all these things between the families and the jobs and relationship, there must be the undercurrent of spirituality. That changes everything. Today, people are moving around, doing all kinds of things, but the undercurrent of spirituality is missing. And that creates frustration. Once you have this final purpose, final goal in life that, yes, I want to attain that, then everything automatically will adjust. It's like, being a pharmacist, I can give you some example that antibiotics, tetracycline, for example, if I take, I must not take it with milk. I must not take it with antacids. When I'm following a spiritual path, it also demands a certain do's and don'ts. And still, if there is a possibility that you might go astray or you might get oriented towards some unhealthy habits, once you realize it, I think most of the problem is over, kind of 50% problem is over. You have to recognize where the problem is and then work on what can be the solution. But the interest is, am I really wanting to make a difference in my life? Do you love yourself? Do you love your relations? Do you love your family? Do you love God? Then everything will fall in place. You will not have to try anything new. Things will fall in place when we do, especially when we meditate regularly. It keeps guiding us from inside without fail. I'm telling you from my years of experience, having a meditative mind, you are deflecting the problems before they happen. You are able to make almost the right decisions all the time. So you avoid mistakes. And even while you are doing something, while going through that activity, sometimes you may become aware that this is not right, and suddenly your meditative mind will reject it and say, okay, I will not do this. And thirdly, even if you end up doing it, you have a weapon to clean it in the evening. Smoke it out. Okay. I think it's enough. Now we should meditate.
Yes, Daaji.
Okay, thank you. Please start meditation.